Hey guys, so my sales through Facebook and Instagram for my hay rakes has been going kind of crazy. I'm having trouble keeping up, so I thought a good video tonight would be to show you guys how to do this, and then you could save yourselves a lot of money and I could work on other stuff. So let's cut the base apart. So when it shows up, now the wheels and tires, pretty self-explanatory. You snap the wheel into the tire. Might have to do a little bit of sanding to make them fit. The rake wheels, I will get to that later. This right here is the frame. So first thing I'm going to do is cut out each wing. There, there. So that side is loose. Cut the top, cut the back. Bingo, wing done. Repeat the process. This is actually pretty easy to get all the parts separated. You'll see the one real pain in the butt part here in a minute. Hopefully I'm holding this in camera shot. Wing 2 done. Center section of the main frame. Bingo. Let's make this easy on ourselves and just separate the whole thing from this outer shell. Bingo. Okay, so right here on each side, so you got your hitch down the middle, you got your uprights where your tires attach, you have your slides for the main frame. So if you look at it, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory what needs cut and what doesn't. One wing. Two wing. Upright. Second upright. And just clean off the center. Okay, there you have it. Everything is separated. Next step. Okay guys, next step, I am pretty partial to using Dremel. I've got a cutting blade on there now. Makes shaping and sanding this resin really simple. So first one I'm going to do, the hitch. Okay, sorry, I had to think about that for a second. So I'm going to hit up all of these sprues a little bit, clean them up. And then to make the hitch print nicely, I really thickened it up, so I like to sand it down, cut it back a little bit, shape it. So let's get that done. Okay, so as you can see, hitch shaped much better. I took off a little bit of the points here, thin these down a little bit so they'll fit together better. Overall, this one's ready. So the next up is the part of these that I absolutely hate. Been trying to get the the design a little bit better so it'll fit easier. But I mean, that does not go at all. Got to sand these bars down and then drill the holes out, which kind of sucks because then you turn a square into a circle and then you're putting a square in. But if you do it right, it'll stay pretty nice. And then there's one piece of plastic, I know it's on the lower side, and I think it's this front one, that you have to drill it out bigger because no matter what you do, it'll never fit. So let's get started on sanding. Okay, so to make the slides fit just right, you got to drill out the holes in your mainframe very, very slowly because it is resin. So once it starts drilling, it'll be okay. But to get it started, I've broken 2 or 3 of these in the experimentation process. But you just kind of wiggle the drill bit back and forth. Make sure so I can already tell that one's going to need some more trimming. Go to the other side. Okay, so this one, the notch here on top is, I'm getting the camera. So the notch here on top is the top side of the mainframe. I'm on the lower set of holes, so you got a low set here and a high set there. So low set of holes towards the front. I know it's front because of this little piece. This guy has something inside there that I've not been able to get my designer to find yet that makes it extremely hard. So we first drill it out, just like all the other ones. Then get this next size bit. Guess I should probably tell you guys which size bits these are. I got it here on my phone. Come on, camera. So the smaller bit is a 5/64, the bigger bit is a 3/32. So 5/64 is what I use first, and then the 3/32 just on the one that has that piece in there, because you will all but destroy this thing very, very slow, because it'll just grab and bite and break that thing when it starts. So let's see, this one, the lower side guy. So it needs more too. So I'm going to do some more sanding on that, get those to fit, and I'll catch up with you guys here in a minute. Okay, so I've done a lot of sanding. You want to go really slow just because you don't want to get too much gone and then have no strength here. So as you can see, you know, there's some decent movement, but it's one of those, it is what it is. That's as far in as I ever get them to move, mainly because I don't sand the very edge there. Reason being is if that goes all the way in, it's going to be really hard to get that to come all the way back out. And in real life, normally we leave ours when we're moving from field to field out just a little bit, so it keeps it away from the tires on the tractor. But so that is how you get everything cut apart and ready. So let's go back inside. After I clean up, I do this out here because there's powder everywhere from this and it'll get all over everything. So let's go back inside. We'll get the wheels, tires, rake wheels, everything cut apart, ready to go for paint. Alrighty guys, let's keep moving along with this build. So I went ahead and shot paint just because I didn't figure that needed filmed at all. I'm going with the Darf style on these two as they are for a custom order. This guy found out is a bad print, so now I'm one short of what I should be. But anyways, there's those. The wings, shot with yellow and then hand painted the red in last night and today. Rake wheels come in a bundle. I went ahead and printed these in black. But the two I cut open, they had a little trouble, as you can see, getting the black paint right. But anyways, those all just cut apart. So you got the one side, it's 4 pairs of 2. The other side is 4 pairs of 2 plus the single. So those just need cut apart. And then now we are ready for assembly. But first I'm going to go shoot a little bit of black paint on those just to touch them up. Okay guys, so paint is all dry on everything. First thing I will do is take my little pin vise drill here and drill out all these holes. Each one on each wing. The reason being is they fill with paint and a little bit of extra resin, and then the wheels don't want to fit in correctly. Now the rake wheels all, well, are supposed to all have this little stub here on the back for lining everything up. They usually have a little flat spot, so what I will do is take my side cutters, just clip off a little piece. Oh, and another tip, the what am I call it, sprues where they were all attached, always go to the bottom. So that'll help you know the difference in your rights and lefts. I don't know if the camera can pick up the detail on the teeth, but you can see these guys are curving back this way while these guys are curving that way. So you take these guys, trim off the back a little bit, and then they just simply set right in there. Kind of adjust your angle however you want them. I usually just kind of leave them almost touching the frame. But boom, so I'll go through, glue all these ones in, glue the other ones in, and then show you guys some adjustments you got to make on the frame to make everything fit easier. Okay guys, so I've got all the rake wheels glued on. Took the main frame, went ahead and put on the SMV sign, did the detail painting. Got a little bit more work to do on the cover. As you can see, I got a little out of control with the marker. But it's okay, because I'm going to have a little touch-up red to do anyways. Attach the hitch. When you're attaching the hitch, main thing remember, the notch here is on the front SMV to the back. And then just make sure the hitch is in the right position, because it'll drive you nuts if you accidentally put it on that way. So that guy is ready and waiting the rest of this. So got wheels and tires put on, and then took the Dremel, find something to point with, and kind of shaved down this ledge right here. Drilled that out with a 1/16 bit. Then on the top side ones, I did the same thing. Dremeled that down a little bit. Drilled that out with a 1/16 bit. So now, let me make sure I do the right side. So your back wheel is the same thing as the inner wheel. So you always want to watch for where your hinge is. That'll be the back wheel, not the leading wheel. So that tells you which side the stand goes. Oh, and then the one other thing I did was I drilled out the holes with the pin vise there too, so that'll snap together a little better. So, let's see. So this guy is clearly left-hand side. Left-hand side is the top, which is this guy. And left-hand side of the rake is this guy. One thing I didn't mention before you put on the rake wheels, take an X-Acto knife and kind of shave the paint off of your hinge points. It'll really help. But anyway, so that'll set there. Put the top hinge right there. It's hard to do while leaning it towards camera. Then the studs will go in there. And boom. It'll be that simple. So I'm going to get gluing. Get these things put together. But that is almost the last step. There is one more step. I was about to say that'll be the last step. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm going to get these put together. Okay, legs, uprights, whatever you want to call them, are assembled. The only thing else I did was add this little piece of support. The way I pick where to place that, I set the hitch all the way down and have these front rake wheels basically on the ground, which has the whole thing kind of tilted forward, so that way when you hook up a tractor, it kind of lifts the whole machine up a little bit to balance it. And with that, guys, this build is done. I'm going to do a little touch-up paint of yellow and red. But other than that, these babies are ready to go in the mail. So if you have any questions about rakes, leave them in the comments. I can try to guide you a little bit more. Otherwise, make sure like, subscribe, and see you guys in the next video.